I got these great 40-ounce Stanley tumblers, handle tumblers, and I thought I want to bling these up a bit. I got a bunch for gifts and I got one for myself. This is one I got for myself. And so I bought these Sublimation acrylic nameplates for tumblers. So these are specifically made for the 40-ounce tumblers. This is what the acrylic nameplates look like. I did actually set it on top of the straw because I wanted to see just how good it fit on there, and it is a perfect fit. I will have a link below for these PYD Sublimation acrylic nameplates. The reason I went with these on Amazon is because they had really good directions on the Amazon website. So it says how to sublimate acrylic nameplate. It gives you instructions to tear the protective film off both sides before printing. And it also said no need to mirror, which we always mirror for sublimation. So that was really good to know. Lets you know that there is a front glossy side and a back white side for printing. So that's why you don't mirror, because it shows through that. And then it gives you the time and temperature, 356 degrees Fahrenheit for 60 seconds. A lot of times we get these sublimation items and they don't tell us time and temperature. They just, we're just winging it here. My usual go-to temperature is 385 degrees, but I am going to try these as close as I can get to 356 degrees. And then also it gave you the exact size that you want to create your design. These are 3" by 1¼ inch, so they suggest doing 3.2 by 1.4. I did increase that a bit, and we'll talk about that soon. Like I said, there is a protective film, a protective plastic coating on both sides that does need to be removed. Okay, so I've got Canva open here, and I'm going to create a custom size for this PYD Sublimation acrylic nameplates here. And they measure, like I said, 3" by 1.25. So I'm going to change this to inch, and I'm going to do, the template suggests going 3.2 by 1.4. I want it to go over the edge, but I'm going to go a little bit bigger than that. I'm going to go 3.3 wide, and I'm going to go 1.5 in height. So now we're going to create our design here. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my name, because it's a nameplate. You don't have to add a name, but I want to add my name. So I'm going to put Cindy on here. And I'm going to stretch this out so that we get a good size here. And now I'm going to go to color. First of all, let's go to our text here, our font, and I'm going to change that. I don't know why, but I really like this chunky retro. I've always liked that, but there are, so many things you could do, the different ones. I do upload a lot of my fonts from Creative Fabrica. I have a Creative Fabrica All Access. I'll put a link below for that amazing deal, and it has so many fonts, and then you can use them, and you can use them in items that you sell, and you don't have to worry about licensing because it's all included in the subscription. And I believe right now they're running a $47 for a year, and that includes all the fonts, all of the JPEGs, PDFs. They have PDFs for school projects. You can do homeschooling with this stuff in there. I mean, people don't even realize how much is in there. They have the PNGs for sublimation. They have the SVGs for cutting machines. Fabulous deal. I'll get off of my soapbox on that. But I do really like this chunky retro, so I'm going to stick with that. So now I'm going to go up here to color, and I am going to change it here. I got that beautiful hot pink, kind of, not really hot pink, but that my 40-ounce, I'm keeping that one for myself. And so I do like that color. So I am going to first before I change the color of this, I'm going to find some elements here. And because when I put some elements in, then we can pick some colors from those elements that we will use for the color of my name, and then it'll match completely. So let's look for some retro background. Again, you can see what I go for. I kind of just really like things like this retro look. So you do you for whatever you want to put on there. Being it small, I don't know if I would want something like this because it's so small and I don't like the color either. But being these are tiny, I mean, they're going to be a 3 inch by 1 1/4 inch. So I got to be really careful what I bring in here. Actually, I'm going to add a page and I'm going to slide this down here because I just want these color palettes in here. So that when I go, ooh, this is really cute. I like that. I might see if I can change the color on that, see if I can edit the photo and get it a different color here. Sometimes you can get the option you're looking for and sometimes you can't. Being that's kind of that really bold pink color. I don't know that ooh, there's some, that's kind of cute. There, I'm going to leave that there for now and hopefully I'll be able to match my color of my font to that. So now I'm going to go up here and see, nope, it gave me the original. When I changed it here, it did not give me those color options here. It just gave the original colors. So again, I'm going to go back and I'm going to go to elements here and I'm going to do the retro background again. And I'm just going to keep searching for something that I think is cute and might have some of those same colors in it that I'm looking for my 40-ounce Stanley tumbler. Oh, this is cute. That's really cute. Okay, I'm going to find something else too here. This is cute. It would kind of bring away from that brightness of that pink, but so would this on the white. That would actually look really good, I think. But I don't know if it would look good with my name behind it. So I'm going to continue to look here and see what else we got. Come on, wake up. It's going kind of slow. Let's see, this is cute. That would look good on there, I think. Okay, so now I'm going to go back up here. And again, I'm going to highlight my name here. Actually, I'm going to make it bigger too here. And I'm going to make sure it's dead center because I want this to be in the center of my design. Let's see. It's gotta be a little bit off here. I want to make sure that it's centered because I don't want to press this on and then it's off center. See if I can get in here and get back. Delete my Y in there. All right, so now we're going to go up to color here. And now you can see that a lot of those images that I brought in, of course, not the one that I want. The one that I want is this one, and I can't see the colors for that one here. It did not bring it in. So I'm going to highlight this again, and I'm just going to start looking for colors here. I am going to go with, I'm looking at the Tumbler at the same time I'm trying to make my decision here. Just kind of give it a, and now after I change the color, I'm going to go up to effects here. And I like the outline. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but I'm going to change it from this color. And I'm going to go with something a little more suited to the colors of those designs. I'm thinking maybe that one, because then when I put this behind it, it might show up really well. So I'm going to turn this to the side. And I'm going to stretch it out now and get it all the way to the edge. Don't like the blue already. I can see that. So I'm going to have to change that. Here I can change this. Let's see. Let's take the green and change it to the blue. See what it looks like. Well, that's not too bad. All right. And let's take the orange maybe. Let's see, orange, and change it to Ooh, that's kind of pretty. I like that. Actually, that's really cool. So let's take the yellow and change it to, no, too close to the same color. It kind of looks good. I'm looking at my tumbler in the background. Not quite what I'm looking for. I want a color, but I want it to be match a little bit better than that. Let's see. Go with this one and see if I can find a hot pink to put in there. Ooh, yeah, that matches pretty good. All right, so now what I'm gonna do, I just changed up these colors by clicking on these up here. So now I'm gonna position and I'm gonna send it to the back and bring my name up front. And like I said, I'll probably change the color of my name here. But I wanna make sure, make this smaller. I wanna make sure that this is centered because I do not want that off center on my tumbler. Let's see now, change the color of this. That's a little too pink. It's not pink enough. Let me think here. Yeah, I kind of like that one. And I do like the light color behind it. And again, how you get to that is effects. And then I did the outline. And so now it changed it back to that color, but then you can change it to whatever color that you want. So you can change it to any of these colors. But I did like what it was. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to just hit my back button here until I get to that one. Is that the one? Yeah, that one. It's not quite white. It's kind of an off-white here that you can see it. I do like that. So I think what I'm going to do now, whoops, I got to stretch this out a little further because that was not to the end. I don't want to miss that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to download this and I'm actually going to move this over. It's going to want it here, but I want it at the end of the straw is going to be like right here. So I don't want it too close to that straw there. Let's see what else I can do here. I might make this this color a little thinner. Let's see what we get here. Oh yeah, that looks better. The thickness, see, you can make it real thick or you can make it thinner. I kind of like it about right there. That looks good. All right, so now I'm going to double check this again to make sure I'm not getting my line there to show me that it's centered. So I just want to make sure I eyeball it really good here. All right, so now I'm going to go to share and I'm going to download. I do have Canva Pro, so I'm going to raise up this DPI all the way and I'm going to do a transparent background. Would you have to? Probably not, but I'm going to because I have that option. So now I'm going to download this and then I will bring it in so we can print it. So I downloaded this design and then I decided that I want to make an acrylic circle bling to add on to the handle of this as well. And I want this exact same design, but not with my name this time because I don't want that on that acrylic piece. So I'm going to delete this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this and I'm going to pull my name off of here. And I'm actually going to see if I can find some kind of a flower smiley to add on here. I don't want my name on there because it's going to be a clear acrylic piece that I'm going to put this on. It's not sublimation ready. It's just a clear acrylic piece for a key ring that you would typically put vinyl on, but I am going to press this design on it too. So I'm going to look for a flower smiley. I don't want anything that I have to reverse like my name because you will see it on the back side as well. So I think I will find something here. This one's kind of cute, not the right color. So I'm going to bring it in. And I make it small because I'm going to, this is the wrong size, that is a 2 by 2, but I will change that or 2-inch circle, I should say, but I'm going to change that in Word when I go in there. So I'm going to go into edit photo here and see if I can change the color. Nope, can't change the color on this one. So I'm going to get rid of that one. Try this one. There we go. So it's got the choices for the colors here. So I'm going to center this first because I want to make sure that it's good and centered. And then I'm going to take this yellow and maybe I'll change it to that. There you go. That's pretty cute. Or this. I like that better. Let's see what we can change the black to. Make outline that in that color. Yeah, that looks good. Let's try another color. That looks good. Too much though. And then let's see what we can do with the white. I don't know that I'm going to change that. I might leave that the white. Yeah, I think I will leave that the white. I like the way it looks. Oops, I definitely don't want that. It blends together too much. There, that's pretty good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to download that. And like I said, I will reposition my size on this when we get into my Word document that I'm going to be printing from. But here I like this to go on to that acrylic ring that I'm going to use to decorate the handle of that 40-ounce tumbler. All right, so I'll download this again. Again, this is going to download both of these designs here, so which is fine. I already have the one design downloaded, but I'm going to do it again here. So download, and I'm going to click transparent background, and I'm going to raise it all the way up so we have the best DPI there. And I am going to download this. After this is downloaded, I'll open the zip file and then I'll open a Word document and we will come and put these in and get them printed. So here I've opened a Word document. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to layout here and I'm going to change my orientation just so that you can see it better. I'm going to change it to landscape. I'm going to set my margins to 0. And then I'm just using an 8.5 by 11 here. So now I'm going to go to insert and picture from this device. And I'm going to bring in my designs that I have downloaded. So I'll grab both of them here, select them and bring them in, and you should pop right in here. All right, so now you can see that this came in. You can see it right up here, 1.5 by 3.3. Perfect, exactly what we want. But I'm going to click on this layout options icon and I'm going to hit wrap and through because then I can move it around on the page here. See, this one I can't move yet because I haven't done that. So again, wrap and through, and I am going to move this. This one is just the size I want, 1.5 by 3.3. This one, on the other hand, is too small because like I said, I've got that 2-inch circle. So I'm going to stretch this out. So now it's 2 up here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to insert and I'm going to bring a shape in. I'll bring a circle in and I'm going to make that a 2-inch circle. So I'll go up a little bit here, 2. I'll just change it here, make it 2. Oops, go back into my, oh, I lost it. Let's bring it back in. Okay, there we go. So now I'm going to go to shape format. I'm going to change this to 2 and change this to 2. So now we have a perfect circle because I want to make sure that my acrylic piece is going to fit on there. And that's about perfect. That's about where I'd like to see that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and print these images here. I'm going to delete this circle because I don't need that anymore. And then we'll go and press these on. So, but typically what I would do here now is I would finish filling up my page because I don't like to waste paper. So I would probably add some images that I would add to some cups or something else as well. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and I am going to print this. So I'm going to go to File And I'm going to hit print here, and I'm going to be using my Epson EcoTank 2760 that I have converted over to sublimation printing by adding sublimation ink to that. And it shows it's offline right now because I do not have my printer cable hooked up to it right now. I'm just working on my laptop. I always use a printer cable when I print my sublimation designs because if you use just Wi-Fi, it can cut out from you, and that's going to cause distortions in your design or lines. And so now there is something that I need to for sure change in here. I'm going to make sure I have premium presentation paper matte picked in high quality. But when I go under more options, I have to take my mirror image off because those acrylic nameplates said do not mirror your image because you're going to put it on the back and it's going to show through the front. So I'm going to uncheck this. This is one of those times when you do not mirror for sublimation. That is very unoften, not very often at all, that you do not mirror your image for sublimation. So I'm going to go in here too, and I'm going to emphasize more, make sure I've emphasized thin lines. I'm going to hit OK, and then I am going to go and print these, and then we will get them pressed. These are those 2-inch acrylic pieces that I'm going to be using. They are not sublimation ready. They're just a 2-inch clear acrylic, but I am going to be doing sublimation on them. These came with a keychain or keyring kit that I got. You would typically put vinyl on these or resin or whatever, but I am going to be doing the sublimation on them. And so just remember that there is a protective coating on both sides of these as well that needs to be removed. And I will have a link below for the kit that I got with these as well. So you can see here that I did decide to fill up my page. And so now I am plugging in my printer cable, and then I'm going to get this printing. For this project, I am using HTV Ront sublimation paper. I like the 125. It just is good for all of my projects. So typically that is what I buy, is in the sublimation paper, is the 125. And this is my Epson EcoTank 2760. Like I said, I've converted this over to sublimation printing by adding sublimation ink. And I've been using this for going on 2 years. I have a backup one, so when this one, if it ever breaks down on me, I have another one ready to go. But I have had really good luck with this conversion. And I'm using my HTV Ront auto heat press here. And so the suggested time and temperature was 356 degrees for these nameplates for 60 seconds. But my HTV Ront auto press only goes up in 5-degree increments. So instead of doing 355, I went with 360 degrees. My designs are almost done printing. So here are my designs. And so I decided to set the nameplate on. And as you can see, the name will show through. That's why we did not mirror. So I've got the white side down. And then also the acrylic piece I've got sitting on that flower smiley just the way I want it. And I'm going to do the acrylic nameplate first and then do the acrylic keyring circles because this acrylic nameplate is a little thicker than the acrylic circles. So I'm lightly taping this down with heat resistant tape. Now I've put protective paper down on my press, and as you can see, that red mat there, I actually have a 15 by 15 inch silicone mat that I added to the HTV mat that came with my auto heat press because I find I get great results with this. So now I'm laying the nameplate down onto my protective paper with the image side up. I will have a link below for that silicone mat that I use as well. But here are my heat resistant gloves too. Be sure to protect your hands because everything comes out super hot. Wow, these PYD sublimation acrylic nameplates did not disappoint me. I pressed these at 360 degrees Fahrenheit for 60 seconds and they turned out great. I zoomed in so you could see it real well. I really like the effect. It almost looks 3D. So now it's time for those acrylic circles, kind of like the keychain circles. I taped these down lightly and I left my press set at the 360 and for 60 seconds. Now I have done these in the past and I usually do 385 for 30 seconds. So we'll see how they turn out. So the same as I did the acrylic nameplates, I've got protective paper down, and then after I tape them on, I flip them over so that the image is right on top of the acrylic underneath there. And now I'm pressing these at 360 degrees for 60 seconds. I flipped them over so that we can see the color saturation looks really good at this point. Now after I press these, I take them quickly to a hard surface and I laid the paper right down on the hard surface and then I set this sublimation slate on top of it. You can set anything you want on top of it. It just has to be really heavy because these will tend to warp. So you want to set something heavy on them like a book or anything just so that they don't warp. So the paper will always stick to these acrylic blanks that are not sublimation ready. So I peeled off as much paper as I could. And I did notice that doing these at the 60 seconds at 360, they did warp more than when I did them at 385 degrees for 30 seconds. The last time that I did these at 385 for 30 seconds, there was no warping. But I didn't have as much paper stick either, so there probably wasn't as good of coverage, but we'll see how these turn out. So now what we do is we take them right to water. And you just soak these for a bit until that paper gets loose. You can use your finger. You can use non-abrasive scrubby on these to get the paper off. I just actually rubbed them together, you know, the paper side together, and then I cleaned them up. And here is the one that I'm going to put on my tumbler. After I dried it off, it turned out really good. And here I cut some ball beads chain, just the right length to fit around the handle of my tumbler. And then I put the clasp on it, the connector clasp, and I'll have a link below for this as well. So here I have added a cute straw topper, and then I also put a cute fuzzy ball on with the keychain on my handle. It really makes that that little acrylic pop because of the blue behind it. And then on the right there, you can see that beautiful acrylic nameplate. And again, I love how it looks 3D from an angle. Well, I sure think blinging out these Stanley 40 ounce was fun, especially for not being able to use sublimation right on the tumbler itself. This is a good alternative to bling it up. Thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe to my channel and like my video. And like I said before, there are links below for items that I've used in this video. Have a great day.